Hi everyone, Susie here with another process video. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking two cute pictures of two of my grandkids, Capri and Cascade. There's Cascade. I am beginning by mounting the photos on some kind of abstract clay looking pattern paper, and I recorded this so long ago I'm not going to remember some of the names of the manufacturers. I apologize for that. But I'm mounting both of the photos on that clay pattern paper, and then I will mount them on some green basil paper. That subtle stripe in the background is a perfect background in my idea. It is by Pink Fresh Studio, and as well as the green kind of dots at the bottom. I don't know what else to call them. That is actually the reverse side of that subtle tan stripe there. And then here I am setting this on a piece of basil cardstock, and I gutted the basil because that's what I actually used for the mats, the second mat on the photos. I'm not sure yet if I had stitched between the two pattern papers yet or not, but I do eventually do that. And here I'm just cutting the photos apart and lining them up. Yeah, this was at our house when they were just having some fun little baby pool time. And you'll see I have a couple of pieces of ephemera picked out from a package by Pink Fresh Studio, and I'm making a little cluster up there on the left hand corner. And now I'm going to be doing some stamping using two different sets of stamps, one by American Crafts, it's one Canoe 2, and the other is a pink paisley stamp set. And I'm not sure, I believe I got these in a what is that crafty sale that you can, that has, I'll figure it out. There's a site that has bundles that you can get every now and again at a reduced price. Let's see, and I'm stamping leaves. They look like I'm stamping them in odd areas, but I was actually wanted them to stick out from behind the photos, so I do 3 different sets of the leaves in a triangle. Let's see, Peachy Cheap, that's where those stamp sets came from. They were 2 separate little packets that I got. Here I'm just positioning the, trying to position the photos. I mess around with them for quite a bit. And that is a tag that I had die cut from a paper tray ink tag die. And so far I think I have a camera that I know I'm going to use there, and that's when I wanted to stamp some little images to go on top of that. Here I'm using my Misty stamping tool. I just think that they really help. You can see that this stamp set is one, this is one of the American Crafts ones, and it's unfortunately not made in the United States, and so the acrylic is just not as good, so they really don't stamp as nicely. So you see how many times I stamp it and I still don't get a clear image. So I try to stay away from stamp sets that are not made in the United States just for this reason. I never have a problem with stamps that are made in the United States. But as you know, this was one of those crafty steel. It came with it was a 1 canoe 2 set actually. In fact, I am not positive that that pattern paper might not be from that same set. I'll double check on that and leave it in underneath. And these obviously didn't come with dies, so I fussy cut around the flowers and the leaves. And here I'm just working on the clusters. Both in the upper left-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner. And I finally commit to the placement of the photos, but I still shuffle them around quite a bit. You'll see that me fussing with them. That is how most of my layouts are. I fuss around with most of the different elements involved. So, and then I saw that that photo was too far left. It needed to be tucked under that leaf that's on the right there. And I think that is where they end up staying. Nope, I just did a little bit more. I'm sorry about that glare from my overhead light. Like I've said before, I do most of my filming at night, so kind of hard to avoid that glare, but you can still see the process, and I don't believe the glare is in the end photos on the close-ups. And I really like in the end how that cluster on the left-hand side turns out. I added that little bird at the top and a hexagon. The hexagons are part of the wood grain little saying. It says, "This must be the place," which is true. They love to come over to Gigi and Papa's anytime they get the chance. And I'm adding some twine to my tag. That is some May Arts twine that I have on a spool. And this is, I'm using my T-square ruler to add the title. Those puffy letter stickers are by Bella Boulevard. I used some of them recently on a different layout. I love the playfulness of the way they look with kids in the layout. And then I think what I do, I don't believe I do it on camera, I'll wait and see, but I do add a phrase at the bottom that says, "Today makes me smile." And I heat embossed it. Those stamps are by Jilly Bean Soup. And I smudged the embossing powder a little bit, but I thought, well, you can still see what it says, so I just left it as is. Here I'm fussing cutting another one of the stamps. These are some of the stamps from Pink Paisley, Turn the Page. And I think I stamped and cut out 3 of those butterflies, 2 solid and 1 with a little bit of a pattern in the background. Here I'm adding the butterflies, kind of using some of, what's that called? Some double-sided tape for that. Just going down the middle of the butterfly so that the wings can kind of stand out a little bit. And then these are again some old Making Memories tile stickers, tiny little tile stickers. I'm just putting the date in there, August 2018, using my T-square ruler again. And then here I believe I'm doing some more stamping. And I do get out a different stamp. That lotus stamp is by, I believe that lotus stamp is by, let's see, Altenew. Yeah, that is an Altenew stamp. And then these are the close-ups here, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will have another video coming soon, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.